cram as much gaming in as possible before you go away.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going away until July, but but I have school starting in January, and I'm gonna have to go to Yorktown.
Yep. And yeah, I've got 2 weeks. I mean, I'll be gone at the end of October for 2 weeks, so I figured I'd offer to start it up after that. But we could do like a session 0 or something like that if we pick a day and you guys are interested in something.
Okay, I'll just have to look up the rules.
I've never run a World of Darkness game. I've only played them, and there's just so many things that I've always wanted to do as a player that I was like, I should just make a game. And Travis knows I've been talking about Werewolf for a long time, but no one buys in on the Forsaken better than the Apocalypse. So I was like, everybody likes mages.
I love the setting of Forsaken, but not the tribes of Forsaken.
That's fair.
It has some superior systems for sure, but
Okay. Becca, are you still troubleshooting?
Nope, ready to go. I remembered how to do what I need to do for once in my life.
Well, then we'll do it your way, and we'll start then.
Okay.
Just say when.
There it is. Yeah. Ready to go.
Okay. So you guys have left the High Hall and ventured back onto the streets of El Turel, except for John and his character, who we shall most likely meet en route once I figure out where to do that. And I've got some ideas. From Decimus that your Des and Gruel probably may also be familiar. The Grand Cemetery for which you are heading towards next, where all the Raven Guard took a cadre of warriors to try and reclaim the holy artifact that would hopefully figure out what the heck is going on around here and how to maybe fix things, is to the almost directly west of the High Hall at the city's edge. But right now you're up on the tour where the High Hall is. So you've got kind of the highest elevation going, and you'll have to be going down to a lower part of the city in the west.
Can we actually see it from where we are with our great elevation?
Due to the constant ash, if you recall, it's like snowing, but ash. Mm-hmm. No.
Boo. All right.
It's like it's like the worst smog you can imagine going on, because it's the Nine Hills. It's just ashing like crazy. You can't even see the tracks of like yourselves or the various armies that came after you into High Hall. Like it's already coated over.
Well, I suppose we should get going. I will keep an eye on Decimus. Still don't really trust our resurrected companion.
Did you say that out loud for him to hear?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, you made that clear last time.
We weren't exactly subtle in our suspicions, I don't think.
And I didn't have time for that, so
yeah.
I was just curious for my status.
All right, let's go.
Is Becca still driving with her token? What's the plan? Which way are you gonna go?
Well, you said to the west, right?
Yep.
But this way then.
Oh, there you are.
Still. Yeah.
You are under the word High Hall.
Have to do the never eat soggy waffles to.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Glad I'm not the only one.
Although the one that I grew up with was never eat sour worms.
That works too.
I was just news,
It's
but I
untrue,
guess it's not in order.
I just look at the compass rose because sometimes people are assholes and use south up maps.
Yeah, I actually didn't even look for that. I just assumed it's right, and I meant left. So presumably west is dead left. I really should have looked. I mean, I don't have compasses anyway, so
It doesn't matter. We're good.
there it is. Yep, west is left. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
kind
just
of cool.
there. Occasionally, you do get like map, especially city maps, have a tendency to be like, we're gonna
So
go.
I'm revealing the compass just because it's pretty badass looking. It's in the upper left-hand corner of the map, but my reveal tool just froze. Oh, roll 20 froze. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah,
But-
no, we can
there we
hear you.
Gotcha.
Nope, not at all.
My reveal tool is like frozen.
Yeah,
But
okay.
let's see what's going on there.
Good old roll 20.
There we go. Now it's clear. So it's actually a pretty cool compass in the upper left if anybody wants to look at it now.
Yeah,
that
that's
Yep.
pretty. Why backwards? But yeah, good job. Good job, designers. That's very pretty.
I didn't make it, okay?
Very
I-
nice.
It's fine.
But I like it.
I like it
All
too.
right, so scrolling back down.
Text.
And
So is this like a cliff that we're getting into? Whoa.
What
yeah,
was
somebody's
the,
doing that person again.
the void, right? Okay. I forgot. I was curious what I'd written over there. It's fine. Don't mind
Did
it.
we lose Becca's token?
No, it's right here.
Still here. It looks like
There's
we're...
text. I don't know if you can see the words High Hall, but that's like right under where the High Hall text is for me.
Okay, so...
So I think I've cleared you a ways to go.
Okay.
All right, so it looks like we're next to a cliff, so we're going to have to go up this way.
Cool. So going down the road, that works out well for me.
We try. We try to make it easier until we make it super hard because
Do
we're
we?
being dicks.
I don't I don't know what games you've been playing.
Right?
We're saving up.
Did
That's
you
not really-
hear the
that's not
second
really a
part of
Paladins
my
and Gamble thing.
comment?
Mhm.
It was until we're not, and then we're being dicks.
Mhm.
Right.
All right, it looks like if we go here, we might have a path to the west.
So, before you go left, I will say that about a block ahead through all of the ash snow, you see what looks like might be a crowd of people,
Hmm. Okay.
which you're more than welcome to still turn left. I'm just letting you know that they're indistinct shapes in the murk of ashing. But they are moving, and it looks like they're vaguely humanoid sized.
Well, do we want to continue to our mission, or do we want to check out what's going on? I mean, kind of sounds like the sooner we get our mission done, then maybe Elturel can get out of this whole thing.
Yeah, but if those are refugees, maybe we can point them in the right direction and not waste too much time.
Look at us having a good-hearted soul in the party again.
Yeah.
So proud.
A sense of direction. Oh my god.
If nothing else, they're worth at least 5 XP each.
And there he went.
There we go. All right.
That sounds better.
I
This is why he has no interest in bargaining for your soul. It's already dirty.
well,
I guess we're just heading north until we can head west.
Well, you're at an opportunity to head west, or you can head north towards where you see a group of people, you believe.
What do these people look like?
They are about a block and a half away, and you're looking through like snowy conditions, basically, of ash. So they're indistinct forms of roughly humanoid shape and size moving about.
I'm getting real Silent Hill vibes right now.
I didn't even try hard.
I mean, I'm willing to go see what's up and see if they need any help.
Yeah, why not?
I personally would like to go investigate because there is still a slim chance that my sister Zidka is alive somewhere in the city. She wasn't.
Well, there you go.
Possible.
How about that? Sister.
Yeah, sister.
So we
Are
press
we doing
forward.
stealth? Oh no. Wait,
Oh, no.
why is that happening? We're not good at those. Why would you volunteer as this?
I mean, if you're going to be stealthy, I'm going to have to walk ahead because I am.
Oh yeah, what
I
we get?
have stealth issues.
I don't
Yeah.
think any of us are exactly.
I mean, I mean, we're in hell. Like, I'm not. I wanted to figure out whether these are people or like weird nurse mannequins before we
I'm
get
being
into.
as cautious as can
I
be
got you.
realistically expected.
So for those who are moving ahead or to the left or right or whatever, when you get up here, what you find is a small square. There is a well at the center, but to the left, this building here, I don't know if my ring is highlighting that. Hopefully good enough for you.
It is.
Yep. That is a stage of sorts that has clearly been used for mob city type trials, if you will, or public trials. There is a gallows built into it. There is no one currently hanging from the gallows. However, there are a series of man cages, if you will. Everybody's seen Willow type thing, you know, the like Mad Mardigan's in that are like, you know, hanging off the ground.
Mhm.
There are a few of those.
Are they occupied?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yes. One of them is currently occupied by a living person who is wearing what looks to be a straitjacket per se and a series of chains wrapped around his torso. We'll get to what the rest of him looks like in a minute because John will have to chip in on that. He didn't know that this is where he's coming in, but this is where he's coming in. Standing around said cage, completely ignoring him and anything going on in there, are scavengers who are picking over the remains of what looks to have been a small skirmish between completely inhuman creatures that anyone who's familiar with the difference between devils and demons would recognize that these are definitely the quasit variety, like a whole little squadron of them. And maybe one of those big armored things that you guys fought before with the halberd. It looks like they fought each other to the death, or if there were survivors from either's troops, they are gone. But these very rough-looking people look like they're trying to scavenge for who knows. And the person in the cage, Anthonicius, perhaps? Is that how you say that, John?
Anthonysus.
Anthonysus, very well. Anthonysus, if you wouldn't mind describing,
Yeah.
aside from the straitjacket and series of chains that I have wrapped around your arms, pinning them to your side inside the straitjacket, would you please describe to the party what you look like?
Okay. Tiefling of medium to slender build, slightly emaciated at this point, with say coppery skin, dark short hair, and dark short horns that just go slightly back.
I'm gonna turn.
Brown eyes and sharp.
I'm gonna turn to my.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to my cousin and be like, well, I mean, we could always use another compatriot, and his uniform seems like you might know him.
I was just gonna say that looks familiar. I think I remember that outfit. Mine was black though. I mean, a white jacket thing. You're gonna get it dirty eventually.
Wait a second. Hold up. You're suspicious of me, but we're going to recruit a lunatic who's been imprisoned.
It's really rude to call someone a lunatic when you don't really know them because he may just be misunderstood.
I don't need to know him. I'm a paladin.
Well, Mr. Paladin, then what is your righteous opinion of that poor imprisoned individual?
Let's go talk to the mob.
No, okay, good idea.
Chester, you had said there were some quasits around?
Dead, yes.
Dead, okay.
Yeah, it looks like there was a skirmish between quasits and a man, I am blanking on the name. The big armored one with the face mask and the crotch mouth and the glaive.
Armored devil babies.
Yeah.
I am blanking on the name. But
Start
you
with
can
an
know what
M.
I'm talking about because you faced quite a few Maragons, maybe Maragons. I think it might
Something
have
like that. Start with an M.
So it looks like there is a body of a dead Maragon and a bunch of quasits. Those are two opposing factions, one being devil, one being the rest being demon. If there were other creatures from either one's factions, they have already cleared out as victors or losers. Who knows? And then there are the living scavengers that are kind of picking over the battlefield looking for supplies or anything of note or worth.
Okay. I'll go greet the scavengers.
So they definitely did not see you coming, hence my 1d20 that came up with a 2.
Well, you rolled a 1 at. Oh, okay.
Well, that was a 1.
1s20.
So I had to redo it, and I still ended up coming up with a 2.
Okay.
You'd think I was a player tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say, if you could keep rolling like that today, that'd be phenomenal for me.
Yeah, we need to get in some big fights right now.
Yeah.
No, because if he was rolling like this during things that don't matter, it's when he runs the demons that he's just gonna crit on us.
Yeah.
That's true. And if you kill Lolo, I quit the campaign.
She's
I
like,
can't
no more
be a
D&D from him. We're playing a different system.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to greet the scavengers.
Oh, help!
So,
Yeah, I'm
I don't know,
walking up
are
to
you
the
walking
person in
up
the
to
cage.
one? Are you greeting them from a distance? What's your plan on approach? Because
I'm
they
gonna-
don't see you coming.
Help,
But
stranger.
As soon as I realize they haven't seen me coming and I have a good idea that they are human, I will, or humanoid and not devils or demons. I'll call out, good people.
so there was probably 9 of them.
Mhm.
3 of them take off running. The other ones kind of assume defensive postures. One actually even picks up a corpse and is like trying to use it as a body shield, but it's a closet.
It's a
so it
little-
doesn't even, like cover him at all.
Yeah.
But like the thought was there to try and use it as a body shield. And they're just kind of like looking at you kind of like through the storm, and they notice your inhuman features. So they are definitely on edge. No one of them like responds, but the other 6 have not run.
I swear we're just normal folk. And also that Quasit, if I wanted to hurt you, that Quasit is not going to protect you.
That one kind of still pulls it up a little bit and like kind of looks at it, looks at you, and does like and like realizes what it had in its hands and is like, it's already dirty and grimy from scavenging and the soot in the air and everything, but it just still is like subconsciously wiping its hands on his smock.
Have you seen Ambassador Zivka, the fire genasi, anywhere near?
They kind of just all look at each other, shaking their heads no. Still no one is speaking.
Looks like a lady perpetually on fire. Not
Are you
really
just
know.
going to leave that guy there?
One of them does kind of look at him and says, he was in there when we got here. Figured someone put him there for a reason.
Good
I'll find
thinking.
out. I want to trot over and say hello.
I would appreciate now.
Usually they put up a sign what they did, but
It's so great to see
fine.
people.
For all I know, these things were here to bust him out. Look at him. He's kind of, and then he just kind of stops and looks at you.
I just glower. Or I should just start smiling really long, like just a huge smile. Just look at him. What?
He just like face down, kind of like stammering and starts like inching like back, like trying to get out of everyone's focus.
If I were you, I'd just go. Does anybody else want to try?
Not really. There's a dude in a straitjacket. That has my
He
attention way
slips
more
in,
than
in the ash on his attempt to run. But he
Well,
like
one
gets
did
up
better now.
and takes off. So you're down to like 5.
The rest of you,
Real
if you
tender.
require assistance, I'll point back at the building. What's it called? The
The high keep.
The high keep?
High Keep. We've taken the High Keep. There will be refuge there.
And
Is
for
there food?
clarification, it's the people of El Terrell have taken the High Keep. Not one of the factions that you might have run into ravaging the city.
Don't rightly care who has it. Do they have food?
Not a lot of it, but they probably more than you have here.
I've got 8 kids hiding in my house right now. I've got mouths to feed.
Okay, we'll take. I actually look at Geralt. Do you have enough food for all those mouths?
No, we were already having problems feeding the ones there.
I-
Remember, you guys actually gave the other refugees food from your own
Yeah.
packs.
Because we had enough for ourselves. And
Well, let us confer. I'm gonna like huddle
we'll
everybody.
get back to you
because
on whether or not you're worth our food. Hold on
Yeah.
a minute. I want to go talk to the crazy man in the straitjacket and chains.
I want to talk to Decimus and Geralt about the food
So 2 of
situation.
the 5 kind of decide that they've found whatever they're going to find or not and just start wandering off as well. So there's that lady that was just talking, and 2 other ones are just kind of like still just edgy, but kind of waiting to see where this conversation goes.
I think she's making it up.
I mean, I'm inclined to believe anybody having food issues, but we can't put more mouths to feed over there.
So here's the thing. These people have a higher chance of survival if they head to the High Keep. And if the people that are holding the High Keep have more people, they could actually organize small groups to go and
Scout for food
and help all of them, hopefully.
I mean, that makes sense, but she says she has 8 children. I don't really feel like children are a good place to scout. We could escort them where we're going. We might be able to find some, like, your city has to have, like, stores or like, it's set up for siege.
from the other side of this this little public square.
Not my city, by the way.
Lola just to herself is like, please don't turn this into an escort mission. Like, those are the worst.
I'm aware, but 8 children.
8 children in the hall, the high hall with better.
You said they already having food problems.
Yeah, they obviously were. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had to feed them.
Yeah. So my point is, there has to be somewhere in this city. It has walls, which means that the city was designed for a siege. Somewhere there is a supply of food.
Can I do some sort of check to see if I know? I mean, I know Geralt isn't a local, but they might have been here long enough to.
That Decimus would have known, and Geralt probably would too. The High Hall, like the cathedral's all that's left, but that used to also be where the castle was. So the actual keep is like collapsed and destroyed. All that's still standing is the wall that was around the keep and the cathedral.
So they're already out of their siege supplies.
Right. And if you guys recall, when you first arrived, you guys went through where the big shopping bazaar used to be, and there was a huge fiery pit in the middle from, mounds of stuff that caught on fire. So there's that. A lot of subterranean things are gone at the moment due to being on we lost John.
We did.
Being on a giant floating rock.
What?
Wait, what?
That was weird.
I see you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
The audio-
this is really weird. John.
Oh, is John here? We just can't see his little square
Yeah.
anymore. That's
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
That is very weird.
John, try reloading.
I was gonna say, the audio.
It's like disembodied John right now.
right. That's not creepy at all. Very
Yeah, I
sus.
don't see him either.
I think he's the imposter who votes with me.
I think he's the imposter too. Remember, he's always our scapegoat.
He's always our scapegoat.
That's going to be the #1 costume for Halloween this year, I've heard, by the way,
Oh,
is
of course.
the Among Us astronauts. Everyone's dressing up as their characters.
Yeah.
So
They
You
don't even
have
have
to-
arms to get food.
no, but they are being raided by both locals and or destroyed by the various disasters. So you could search for caches of food and supplies, but the average commoner is not going to know where such things are beyond like going to the warehouse districts and risking trying to steal from someone that's not them.
Right. So okay. Then I'll turn and be like, no. It sounds like the High Keep is the best. They don't exactly have a lot of food, but at least you'll have company when you starve to death.
There is that. I mean, you could always start, eating the dead. Not the best thing though, because I've heard people go crazy if you do that.
It's true. It's misfolded
Right.
proteins.
So, consensus is they'll be safer back at the keep, food or not.
Correct.
So let's get them to the keep.
Wait, is there still a battle going on in front of the keep?
Nope, that battle has already been waged and won for the moment.
Okay.
But the old lady's like, I'm perfectly capable of getting my mouths there, but
Well, literally, it's just down the block. Like, we've only gone like 2 blocks.
Like, they'll open the gates and let us in, which, as you guys know, the gates are gone.
Well, define gates.
It's been
Well,
So the people that are there at the High Keep now are not the ones that were ruling the city before. It is actually a refugee area at this point, trying to save as many lives as possible.
and she kind of like looks at the other two, and She turns around and old lady sprints, which is more like a power walk / shuffle. But
Go collect.
she actually looks like like she's not running in a panic, like she's running with determination.
If you see a lot of people in dragon masks, don't freak out.
Or do, up to you.
Well, this is hey, John's back.
Yay.
Woo! But does John have us?
That'll be the question.
Yes.
John,
Very
you
light.
might want to disable your video if you're having problems. Sometimes just the voice coming through is more stable.
Yeah, and
Or
I'm
we
only
can always
hearing,
try watching Hangouts instead, if that would be.
I'm only hearing like every third or fourth word from him this entire time. And
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was my side or not, but
Okay.
Do we want to launch Hangouts and I'll disable audio video here?
Yeah, that might be better. Hold on.
All right, everyone, go ahead and take a 5-minute break, except for Becca and I. And I'm going to disable audio video here, and you can start a Hangout call because I don't have. Everyone should be in the Paladins group, I think, but I don't know.
I think so. I do need to double check if John is in there. Yes.
Well, I'm not going to disconnect
That
here
was
until
for
you.
the Saturday.
Yeah, it'll be the Saturday one. I just might need to add you to it.
Let's see. How do
Nope,
I
you're
even?
actually already added, so we should be good.
Let's see. So video and chat options. I would just turn that to nothing, right?
And
Okay.
and I am going to shift avatar size to.
I am going to blank. I'm going to blank all that out now. So I'll see you all in Hangouts in a few minutes.
I use it.
We're shifting to Hangouts. There we go. Hi.
Hi.
This is going to be interesting. Oh, wow. That is so weird.
What's that?
Oh, just the way it actually looks on the OBS screen. So,
Oh, gotcha.
Um,
Well, now I have to juggle Roll20 and Hangouts on a 17-inch screen, so I feel you.
I should be able to. Oh, I can just move it around. This is kind of cool.
Oh, well, there you go.
I still didn't figure out how the Google Hangouts thing works for streaming.
Hi, John. Do we have you good?
I hope so.
Oh, wow. That's much better.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
much better. All right,
And-
and it looks like I am not a complete moron.
Of course not.
Nope.
Shush.
But no Travis yet, eh?
Give it a moment. I can always double check. I mean, should be part of the group.
Yeah, he plays in Sun Puppies.
Yeah, he does, and we frequently have to use this.
Yep.
He's part of it, so.
Okay.
Maybe he just hasn't switched over yet.
Should be
Great.
good.
Well, while we wait for him, now that I do have this set up at least, I'm going to go.
Okay.
Pour myself a beverage.
Do it. Thank you for getting us set first.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Information, and now for a word from our sponsors.
This is the part.
Phenomena. Do-do-do-do-do.
No!
That's my 5-year-old son's favorite song. He goes up to people and just randomly goes, "Mana." I know, like, what the heck is that?
I
We have to
absolutely
decipher. He's saying "Phenomena," and they're like, "I don't get it."
Don't worry about it. You don't need to.
Hey, there's Travis.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. We'll wait for Becca. She probably won't be too much longer. Now that's stuck in my head. Thank you.
I know, right? Jesus.
But I actually hear my son singing it, not the Sesame Street version, so that's a little bit better.
There's a Sesame Street. Wait, what's that actually from?
Sesame Street.
Is that okay? I just know it from everyone doing it. I don't know.
Okay, it's from the Muppets, not Sesame Street, but
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you're
right, those are different, right?
Well,
yeah, the same
they cross
company.
Oh, okay.
Some of the characters cross over.
Yeah,
Okay. That's probably
but
So, Chester,
Yep.
while we're waiting on Becca, why don't you tell us the mage premise?
So the loose premise. See, this is the problem with having so many windows. So I got to figure out where y'all went. I can't. There's video.
What the
Okay, hi.
hell? You put us here.
Sorry. Because I really have a fascination with doing World of Darkness in Detroit. The premise would be, if it's a mage game, you would be a brand new fledgling group of yourselves, was my original theory, that found a library bearing books that basically spark your awakening. Each of the players chose a tome in this library, and it sparked your awakening. And your first mystery is if this is all a thing, and some of the books in this place are alluding at a supernatural community in Detroit that is no longer there. So
I have
there
one
What
request.
happened?
One important
Yeah.
request. Ted must be an NPC.
I mean, that's probably going to happen. If I ran this as a werewolf or vampire game, it would be the players coming from outside due to everything that was supernatural in Detroit suddenly going silent and missing. Like everything across the board. So it kind of depends which way things go. But back to the actual game that we're playing, because Becca's here.
yay!
Hey. You guys are down to just the two scavengers and the dude in the cage. One of you approached the dude in the cage and asked you what he was in there for, but I don't think any answers
We've been chatting.
are forthcoming so far. Oh, okay. I didn't see any answers forthcoming. So it's up to the rest of you if you want to go intercede on that conversation or just let
No, it's fine.
the crazy lady and the guy in the cage become besties.
Yeah, they have a lot in common, so I'm just gonna let them go.
Some like sense of fashion, being judged unnecessarily by people around us. And we just,
I mean,
The gods are meant to judge. That's what we do.
so if it looks like the scavengers have made their decisions, Geralt has already said her piece regarding this. She is going to walk up next to Lolo, but she's not going to be saying anything right now, because that would be rude. But she doesn't want Lolo to be in a position where a crazy person might grab her and smash her against the cage or something similar.
His legs are free.
Yeah, so have at it.
I don't really know what I did. I was helping out, Then a bunch of them just grabbed me and put me in this cage. They didn't even say why.
That sounds legit. I'll roll anyway, though. How truthful are you being? On a scale of 1 to 20 out of 17, what would you say? Oh my god, Geralt. A -1.
Yes!
Oh
I
no.
have a negative wisdom modifier.
Oh no.
They made paladins charisma dependent. We don't need to be wise anymore.
True. That's true, actually. So I'm assuming then that I believe you that you aren't in there for like mass slaughter or something, right?
No. I'm trying to figure out how to.
It's your story to tell, truthfully or not. I gave you just a little bare bones to flesh out and do whatever you want with based on what you brought to the table.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Varying degrees of not the whole truth, but not a complete lie.
All right, sounds good. I mean, I don't care. I'll let him out. Let me see what is
So-
this cage?
So Geralt is going to hand Lolo back the pamphlet and lean over. Maybe he should read this before we let him out.
Oh, good idea. Hey, do you mind some light reading really quick? And I'll hand you a different pamphlet that I have of the cult.
Isn't he still in a straitjacket? So
Yeah,
like
I'll hold it up for him. He can lean forward and read it. It's fine. I'll hold the paper real still. It's fine. I'm basically handing you the promotional materials for my cult. Just kind of, it's better than anything else. So if you want to join, you don't have to, but if you want to, it's an option you have.
I'll take it with my teeth, I guess. My hands are tied.
Be like, oh, you're inventive. I like that. Now, what does this cage look like?
So, that's right. You've never seen Willow.
No. You said that earlier, and you're like, everyone knows, and I'm sitting here like,
Nope. Shayna has
you know what?
Shayna, we have been friends for like 3 years now, and I've had one request that you watch Willow.
Shayna,
That's
do
not
a
true,
movie
because
night. We need to do a
Aside
movie
from-
night. And then
That is
actually
true.
have like Google Hangouts going or something like that, so that we can actually all listen to Shayna's interaction.
my reactions. I will correct you though, Chester, because you didn't know I hadn't seen Willow until this year.
No.
Yeah, because I hadn't even heard of the movie until this year. So it couldn't have come up before where I was like, I don't know.
Shayna, Sorsha and Mad Mardigan are cool. The rest of the movie was garbage, so you're not really missing anything.
it's extraordinarily long. It's
That
good,
is
but
what
it is extraordinarily long.
I gotta.
All right. I got.
I put a link in there.
Oh, I gave one too.
Oh, it's so bright. Oh no, it's a Pinterest. It won't let me open it.
Yeah, I don't like. I gave you one that's
Okay,
not.
there it is. I got it.
That should work.
Kind of. No, they're all so tiny.
No, it didn't work.
No, they're just all tiny. It's fine.
Oh no, mine worked. I just right-clicked to open another window and it came up just fine.
But it's so tiny.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Calm
So
down.
Geralt will also tap Lolo on the shoulder and then whisper, "Don't think he's actually crazy. I think that straitjacket was kind of like part of the imprisonment thing, making sure that he couldn't use his hands."
Yeah.
He's
No,
got
I don't think he's
trusty
crazy
eyes.
either. Yeah. As long as he doesn't murder everybody, that's fine. And if he tries to, I'll kill him first. And I will say all of that out loud so he hears it.
I promise not to.
So, question about the straitjacket. Not all straitjackets have the sleeves where it covers the hand. Are his hands free, just like up and behind him? Because I'm going to make him pinky promise. If I can access a pinky, I will make him pinky promise not to hurt my friends.
I will say that it is one long sleeve, so his hands are free, but they're inside the material.
That's what I meant. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you out. And if you hurt my friends, I'll just kill you.
Yeah.
So So unfortunately, none of the images that this Willow thing brought up answered my question in regards to, is there like a lock or
So,
You usually
There
have
are-
a door and a lock.
open?
There are a series of locks on the chains wrapped around his torso that you can see.
Mhm.
And in your experience with straitjackets, you're pretty confident that his hands are probably also manacled inside the straitjacket.
No one's ever caught me to put me in a straitjacket. Don't be
I didn't say
silly.
they caught you. I just said you have experience with people who wear straitjackets. I didn't say what that experience was. That's up
That's
to you
fair.
to determine.
That's fair. That's more accurate. So in regards to the cage, how does open?
Well, it's like a bird cage, so there's a metal grate door that kind of lines up, but not quite with the cage itself. It clearly looks like they're not accustomed to people trying to force them, because this is a very law-abiding and religious city. So it's just a simple lock on the cage.
Okay. Not that I have proficiency with thieves' tools, but until someone else comes over and offers the help, I'll yell like, "Can anyone pick this?" And then I'll start trying.
no, I can't pick it, but I might be able to blast it off.
I weirdly can.
And nobody is surprised.
I like either option. Do it.
I had a hand check. I'm assuming.
While Louis doing
Do you have
this-
thieves' tools or not?
Yes. I do
then-
have thieves' tools, and I am proficient in them. So
then it's
Dex.
just a tool check. Yeah, with proficiency.
Yeah.
While Louis is doing that, I'm going to look at the prisoner and ask,
Yes, you got that.
have you seen a Fire Genasi woman in ambassador robes?
Have I seen a fire genocity in ambassador robes?
I'm going to send you a whisper.
Okay.
Sneakies.
I'm gonna roll insight on Chester's whisper.
Yep.
I'm gonna pop the lock, and then I'm going to open the door, and then back away as I set my lock picks back into into one of my books.
I'm
Is it like a hollowed out book, or is it like a bookmark?
It's like a bookmark.
I'm keeping note that he has them just like fucking.
It'd be awesome if like he pulls out a book and it's hollowed, and like they're all in like precision little inserts inside the book, and
Yeah.
the book's actually called How to Pick a Lock.
No, because I'm not that good with them.
Well, the book's actually called How to Pick a Lock, and that's how they sold the tools.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the book is definitely like a diary from some like famous thief.
I love the idea that it's how to pick a lock, and the first page is do it, and then the rest of the book is carved out for the lock picks to fit. I love
dangerous.
that.
It says it's dangerous to pick locks on the left-hand page, and then on the right it says, "Here, take these," and it's lock picks.
Yes, I love it.
This weird triangle symbol on the cover. All right.
I think Geralt just reaches in and picks up Antheus and
I'm okay with that.
takes him out of the cage and sets him on his feet outside. Like, so,
Well, thanks.
yeah, so the half orc reaches in, grabs you, and sets you down.
Whoa.
I forgot that girl was a half orc.
Yeah, her referring to her sister as a Fire Genasi is something specific, but
I'm gonna go ahead and pull out one of my daggers and again to like
Have to be
about
right
to cut him out of the straitjacket, but then look at Lolo and be like, and actually start like taking time to properly remove him from the straitjacket because I have a feeling Lolo wants the straitjacket.
So there are chains wrapped around the straitjacket too.
Okay, so I will go ahead and try to pick those locks.
Okay. Those are easier than the locks, so I'm just going to say that you can pick them.
Okay.
We'll just say you got them. So
Okay.
the chains drop to the ground unless you make an effort to like keep them in a nice, not knotted order.
I will as each one unlocks, I will like I will put the locks in my bag, but then I like look at some of my stronger companions and like, do you want the chains?
So as you go, you note that someone was so concerned about keeping him locked up despite the cage, they used 6 locks total on the chains around his body to hold them tight.
Oh, now I have 6 locks.
You do now have 6 locks that you may add to your inventory.
Sure, I'll take
As
the
this is
chain.
all going on, do I see my equipment anywhere, or do I just have nothing?
So there are 2 scavengers nearby. One of them is holding a pack that looks like it is probably yours.
Okay.
I mean, it's not
Oh.
the only thing he's holding, but you're fairly certain that that is your pack.
I'll be giving him the side eye at least, making sure he doesn't go anywhere.
We haven't
And in
actually
a-
asked you your name yet, have we?
Mhm.
Nope.
And
And Geralt is still probably uncomfortably close, staring at you, waiting for the answer to her question.
Oh, okay. No, I have not seen a fire genasi in ambassador robes.
Have you seen a fire genasi?
Have you
Technically,
seen
you're still in the
Ambassador Robes?
straitjacket, so.
She has a pendant that she wears, and Geralt pulls out her pendant. Like, it matches this. It's a twin set. It's a fire genasi. And Geralt holds her hand like right below her shoulder. She's about this tall.
I may have seen a fire genasi, but that pendant is completely foreign to me.
All right. Where did you see this fire genasi?
I didn't say I saw one recently.
Did my sister put you in that cage?
Definitely not.
Well, that's good to hear. She has a habit of doing that.
Interesting tastes.
I will go ahead and unless anyone has any objections, I would like to free this person now.
Yeah, let's free him so we can send him back to the keep and get on with our quest.
Okay. Unless you have, she said she had to take a phone call. Unless you have any skills that might be used for our quest, there is a keep. There's probably somebody there that was one of the people that put you in a cage, though. So,
I doubt it. I don't think they're at the keep. But hey, you over there, pointing at the person with the scavenger with my pack. Turn back to the group. I'm Anthonysus, by the way. And you over there, I would like my stuff back, please.
He kind of looks all around. He's like, which stuff's yours? I don't see any names on it. And he just starts backpedaling away, like all like.
Oh no, Geralt will go ahead and just like walk towards this guy and kind of pick him up by the scruff, and then bring him back over.
Now, he's got like multiple packs too, so like you're okay.
Just dragging him along. Discuss. And she's just like holding him out towards Theseus.
I look at the multiple packs and be like, well, let's figure out which one's yours, and then we'll figure out if there's anything useful to the citizens of this city, which is exactly what you were planning to do, right, sir?
I'll just like to take my pack, this one, right here. Thank you.
I was actually trying to intimidate the scavenger.
Oh, he just
crossed. You have
does
advantage
like one of these.
because of the shit I've done.
Yeah, he's just like doing like this.
Intimidation. Oh, advantage. Oh, still not good.
Can I try to intimidate them?
Louis just is not particularly intimidating.
Wow, that's a roll.
Well, on the bright side, he rolled a 4. So he actually, you hear it before you smell it. Urine is going down his leg and dripping onto the ground.
I will quickly make sure the packs are nowhere near that urine. I'm going to go ahead and start opening the packs. And any food I'm going to pull out and set aside, and then anything.
One of them actually is like stuffed to the brim, and I mean like stuffed with loaves of bread.
Okay.
Like he smashed them in there and like was trying to get as much as possible into one of those packs.
I'm going to look at him again and be like, so you're a bread delivery person? You're taking these to the refugees?
And he just...
Where'd you find all the bread?
The bakers.
Oh, that's a good spot to find bread.
Yeah. I thought so. There was some croissants too. I may have eaten them.
That's fine. Just make sure this bread gets to the refugees.
Yeah.
We will know if you don't.
Yep. Promise. Refugees. Bread. Got it.
Go.
He just kind of like drops to the ground. Well, presuming that he's dropped to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to
Geralt will release him, but she doesn't just drop him. She does set him on his feet.
He takes a moment to kind of pause and like look at everyone, and then just takes off.
Without the bread?
He didn't stop to think. He's just gone.
I sigh deeply.
And in this kerfuffle, the other one already vanished because he was.
What about those 8 kids that we were supposed? Like, are they still
The
around?
woman ran off to
Yeah,
go
the old lady
collect them.
powered walked to go get her kids, and she's probably taking them to the high hall as her plan.
Okay, I look at Decimus. Decimus, you're probably the quickest of us, right? Being that you can fly.
Sure. What?
We
Oh, the bread. Gotcha.
yeah.
Be right back. All right, so Decimus will grab the backpack, spread his wings, and head back to the high hall real quick.
Gerald watches Decimus fly away and go, I wish I could fly.
I have a spell for that. Do you want to fly?
Well, not right now. Please save it for... But I sometimes have problems getting in range to do things with flying creatures, like smash them in the face with my hammer.
That's why I keep the fly spell prepared. So, Straight Jacket Man.
That's me?
Anthiosis. He introduced himself as Anthiosis. By the way,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with sus on that. So sus.
How about Wysis? Can we call him Wysis?
What would you like to be called? Because I'm not gonna call it Anthony.
I'm good with calling him sus.
He is pretty sus.
He's pretty sus.
My friends call me Annie. But if sus is what you want,
Which
Annie works too.
Yeah, which would you prefer?
Annie.
Annie,
Okay.
nice to meet you. I'm Gerald.
I'm Louie.
Nice to meet you.
The woman that's trying to convert you to your cult is Lolo. She's my cousin.
What do you mean cult? She had a whole pamphlet and everything. It was very well laid out as to what to expect in her religion.
Okay, her very small, odd religion.
She's giving you the long side eye.
Yeah.
At that, I'd like to look at the pamphlet. What is the first page on the pamphlet?
Ooh, we actually need Shayna for that.
Yeah.
She has one. That's the problem. She keeps threatening to bring it out, but I have yet to actually see it. But I guarantee you that Shayna has definitely filled out this pamphlet and made it.
Yeah, she definitely has it. But I will like, I'm Louie, that's Lolo, and then I point to where's the elephant at?
What?
Lulu, where's Lulu?
Oh, the elephant?
Lulu is flying around.
Yeah, probably. I think she latched on to Decimus. Is that what we decided? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I go, so I'm Louie, this is Lolo, that's Lulu. It's really easy to confuse the names. I'm sorry.
Shayna, now that you're back,
Sorry.
Jonathan would like to know what is on the first page of the pamphlet that you handed him, because despite Louis's comments that would have elicited a rude and side eye from you, which I conveyed, he said he wanted to look at the first page, and I said we'd have to wait for you.
So the problem, John, is that it's actually a Google Doc. I really wrote something. So do you just want that? Okay. Yeah, did you just hear? Oh, where's...
We warned him that you actually had a pamphlet.
Yeah. Well, because y'all dared me. It's like, okay, well, I'll write a pamphlet. I'll start a cult. I'll show you. You think I won't?
This Google Doc gets like 50,000 hits a day.
Okay, somehow it actually got leaked, and we're gonna find out that somehow Shayna started a cult.
She did.
I would love that. The fact that that's actually my nickname with some of my family is concerning.
So if we actually end up playing this mage game, we all are going to have to belong to the cult of the ghost.
Please, thank you. Thank you. It's a very accepting cult. It's very fun. You don't really have to do much.
Since the Hermetic Order is out, we're just going to start our own.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So
Good time. Anyway, sorry. I'm back.
So I'm gonna. So Annie, what do you do?
Surprise look back from the ghost pamphlet. I'll reach in my pack and just take out the 2 daggers.
So you deserve to be in that cage.
No, absolutely not. There was no reason for me to be in that cage by the people that put me in there.
I believe him.
I feel like you're qualifying a lot of your statements. Like, yes, you belong to be in that cage, but not necessarily for the reason you were put in that cage.
But aren't we all in a cage of mortality anyway? Aren't we all stuck in the vicious cycle?
Oh man,
Huh?
the cultist.
At which point, Louis will start discussing philosophy again with Lolo as we get into the.
Yes.
Could I do a wisdom check to see if Geralt is well,
Becoming a convert.
Yeah, there's a possibility that she might be.
She's a girl. You do what you want.
Yeah,
Join me.
she's totally on board with this.
Can Geralt read? Like, is she reading along the pamphlet or just like
Oh yeah,
eavesdropping?
Geralt can read. Geralt actually
Okay.
has decent, standard intelligence.
Yeah.
But she's actually got a negative wisdom. She's super gullible.
It's not about being gullible. This is a good cult. Everyone keeps talking shit. This is actually just a cult about sharing experiences and trying to alleviate the suffering of the cycle of mortality and death. Like, I don't
know.
understand
No,
why everybody gets so...
on board with this. Like, fully on board with this. And as you and Louis are, like, having this discussion, she's just kind of like... tell me more.
Just like,
I'm just like, this is, she's literally known us for, what, 30 minutes? No, because we took a long rest. So she's known us for half a day.
yeah. That's all it takes.
Most of which has been
shockingly
Louis and
charismatic.
Lolo arguing. Like, when Louis and Lola weren't crying over their dead friend, it was...
It's
we
a
were...
familial thing.
Yeah, it
We're-
was this
we're weird.
discussion.
we were arguing about random stuff.
Yes. It's our main
So,
form of communication.
I would like to pay you back some. Is there some way I can help you? You said you were doing something before
Yeah,
you
we're
came
trying
in.
to we're trying to find we're trying to find her sister and a high muckety muck person that got dragged down here when Elturel fell.
Also, for Sus's reference, the city El Tirel is not quite the city that you entered, in that, it's raining ash. There are constant earthquakes, large meteors flying through the sky and setting things on fire. You've seen devils and demons running through the streets and killing, because this holy city that was a theocracy has been dragged into hell. You may
And
have
the
picked up on
giant
the details, but some of them are definitely more obvious than others.
like the giant black sun that's floating above us all.
Yeah, there used to be a giant globe of pure light that shined above the city 24/7. That turned black and is like black light glowing.
Ooh.
I think it was all maybe okay until I ended up in a cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, timing was actually probably really close when the thing that precipitated your arrest happened. So it might be that they assigned blame somewhat between you and I. You
So,
know
yeah,
that's completely ridiculous, but serendipity being what it was.
They think you're a witch.
Did I do
Right.
this?
Burner!
Yeah, so we're just trying we're trying to find these two people, maybe get Elturel back into Toril. I think that's more of an ancillary thing, but we're trying to help as many people as we can, including people stuck in cages dressed in straitjackets. Oh, by the way, and because Louis actually spent the time, we'll hand Lolo a pristine straitjacket. I knew you'd want it.
So, very excited. She puts it on like a normal coat and just rolls up the sleeves. So it's backwards, but it's normal for a normal jacket. Yeah, she just rolls up the sleeves, ties the straps into little bows. It's very cute.
Every now and then the sleeve drops and drags on the ground, like
Yeah.
just annoyingly.
Yes, absolutely.
Just refuses to
Oh.
cooperate.
Since I wasn't there for the moment when his hands were free, she would request that pinky promise from Annie that he's not going to try and murder any of her friends.
I don't mind making that promise.
Cool. Thank you, promise made. Hello.
Around this time, Decimus and Lulu are probably returning from their flight back to the refugees.
Okay.
That's
All
right.
right,
Little
we
golden
ready?
elephant followed you.
Well, I probably have it in the backpack, the flap up so it can like look over my shoulder.
I mean, she has wings, but sure, okay.
Well, I don't mean while we're flying. I just mean in general. We're walking.
Fair enough.
All right. We ready?
What are we doing?
I dropped off the bread with the refugees.
Where was that bread?
I do
I missed
imagine
that.
Lulu's trunk is actually like touching Decimus's horns, because they're probably slightly confused that Decimus feels so comfortable to them, but they've got horns. So I think Lulu is.
Decimus also has a big helmet with like a reverse black dragon horns pointing forward.
Also a thing.
Yes.
All right. So I'll scratch her behind the ear. Let's go.
Sorry.
Tiniest trumpet sound happens. Doesn't want to like gain attention, but tiny trumpet sound to sound the charge.
Dude of approval. Doot.
So which way would you like to go then?
We need to go west still, right?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Let us head west.
Is Decimus back?
Yep.
Yes.
Decimus
Okay.
and the celestial elephant, or holophant.
Okay.
I mean.
Okay. I think Louis is warming up to the idea that Decimus isn't evil, or at least not any more evil than the rest of us. But I am keeping an eye on our new friend Annie.
You at least know Decimus mourns Davari's loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I'm more comfortable with Decimus. Basically, I was saying Louis is taking up the rear.
Okay. To the left, it looks like it just goes into a tiny little.
Yeah, that's like probably about like 8 steps down, and then like a little notch with some houses that were built into the cliff face.
All right.
I'm watching for bakeries as we travel.
And butcher shops and anything that might have food in it.
If you guys want to roll, well, actually, right now it's irrelevant. But once you get back into buildings, you can probably roll some perception checks or the like. But as you're descending the cliff right now, not really a whole lot to see in that.
Okay, so we're going down right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All
You
right,
are
do
trying
you
to
want to
move
go
down.
north or south?
I feel like we need to go north.
Okay.
And then I'm going to need dexterity saves from everybody, please.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
You're rude.
Why don't I have?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's right. We're only level 6. I don't have my aura yet. Shit.
You do not.
I fail. I fail.
Oh,
So,
no.
Lolo and Girl,
Uh-huh.
you guys both lose your footing as another earthquake rocks the city.
I dirtied my new jacket.
I helped Geralt back up to her feet.
Oh, that was very decisive.
And you each took 1 point of damage in your falling.
I also took a point of damage in my feelings because my own cousin doesn't want to help me up.
Well, you know,
Helping
I
a
think
pretty
you
half
roll well,
orc.
so that's in your benefit.
Fine, help the pretty half orc. Whatever. See if I can.
I
Fine.
don't know exactly if Geralt is pretty, but she has a lot of presence.
She's a half orc, which is my favorite race, so I'm gonna say yes, pretty.
Yeah,
All
she's
right, we're gonna go with
Personal
she
preference.
yeah.
She is a pretty half orc that does have some scars, but
Louis finds her pretty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Remember, Lola was trying to like unsuccessfully play wingman.
Yeah.
oh, that's I forgot about that.
No, I want you as a cousin. I'm working on this angle. Get this. Also, did that crazy lady back on the normal plane to leave Louis alone.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
So you guys wrap around, and you guys are leveling off into the lower half of the western part of the city.
Okay.
All right,
Do we
let's-
have any idea which way we're supposed to go at this point?
Well, you can definitely, you know that the high hall was back over here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you zoomed out enough to see that. And you know the cemetery was directly to the west of that.
Which means right here, yeah. Because
So,
the map's backwards.
I'll take a look real quick. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna like fly straight up a little bit,
Okay.
see what I can see.
Well, it's ashy, so
Right.
you can see the city, but you know because you've done various circuits of the city anyway. Are you zoomed out enough? If I ring on something,
Yeah.
you know that the cemetery is over this way,
Okay,
but you can't see it because of the.
that's fine. I just want to kind of get my bearings. So
Yep.
fly up a little bit, figure out where we are, and that way
Okay.
march on.
That's the hide tool. That doesn't work.
Look at our these buildings.
If you guys want to roll perception checks as you're moving through the town for any storefronts or anything.
Sure.
Oh, look at this beautiful architecture. I have no idea what these buildings are.
I'm thinking that at this point, Lolo's not paying attention and is probably like rewriting the pamphlet or like proofreading it. Maybe she found a typo or something.
So I'm going to say that
Louis is like
remember.
pointing out grammatical errors in the.
That's what it is, yeah.
because he has his bearings, we'll say that's why Decimus rolled quite so well. He remembers that there's actually a very nice butcher right there.
All right. So I'm not actually leading them to the graveyard. We're going for lunch. All right. Yeah, I just blatantly lead the way to the butcher shop. Here we go. Found it.
So, yeah, conveniently, that's like straight ahead. The place has definitely been broken into multiple times. There's not a whole lot left. Even the stockyard beside it is completely bare, and the fence has been broken in, not out.
This is a shame.
Uh,
Our quest ends in failure. Quick,
Well, let's
look
go
for
on to-
secret compartments.
I would like to know if there's an upstairs that is blocked off, maybe that I can get to.
Or
If you go in, you
meat
can
cellar.
get up to the upper loft.
I'm looking for a hidden cellar door.
Yeah, that's what my 22 investigation was for.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
as you guys are stopping at this place, Geralt is continuing walking forward and then realizes you're not behind her and turns around and just looks very confused.
There's probably there's the sound of me ransacking a butcher shop. So
You actually do find a trapdoor that leads down into a small basement. That there was a metal door on a hinge that has been ripped off. And in this stone chamber, which was likely used to chill meats as well as possible, there are still like the butcher hangers, hanging from the ceiling and stuff like that, and the smell of fresh meat. However, it looks like this place is a grisly mess.
okay.
More like something feasted per se than something was killed.
Yeah, I back up slowly, turn to Decimus. I'm like, I think we should probably get out of here. It's really, really scary down there.
Well, maybe I should go take a look.
That is entirely up to you. It's a lot. It looks like something had a little bit of a feast down there, and whatever it is, it's strong enough to pull off a steel door. I don't know about you, Decimus, but I'm not strong enough to pull off a steel door. I'm barely strong enough to pull off a wooden door.
If Tempest wants me to pull off a steel door, I can pull off a steel door. However, the meat's probably gone, so there's no.
Yeah, I would imagine whatever it ate there, it ate all of it.
All right, well.
However, if we do find meat of something that I can't imagine demon or devils taste good, but if we find some meat, we know where to put it for refrigeration purposes. Imagine refrigeration in hell is difficult.
Look
It
at
is
that.
noticeably cooler in this room, which also seems improbable based on the fact that of hell and even normalcy.
I was gonna say, is it in a magically kind of way or in an advanced technology?
Are you down there investigating that, or just asking for conversation's sake?
I'll go take a look. I'm going to go look. I'll be right back. There's been a question of bravery raised, and I feel compelled to go down to the dark,
Thanks,
scary room.
Decimus.
I never questioned your bravery. I questioned the.
So
Well,
are
I
you
took it
actually
that way.
entering into the cooler at like more than just in the doorway and looking around?
Yeah, I'm going to go down and look, see if there's
Okay.
like brown mold or something.
So you're not getting a whole lot of mold. It's not well lit, so you're dark visioning. It is definitely cooler. Like you can almost see your breath once you cross the threshold into that room. The smell is gross to the point where like you don't see rancid meat, but something just smells off. It is unnaturally dark in this room, but not like you can see, but even with your dark vision, like it's just dark. You know what I mean? Like dim.
Right. Well, look around a little more closely. See if there's anything suspicious in here, or
Would you like to give me a perception check, please?
no, I think that's a terrible idea, but
sounds
I'll
like
do
a
it
whole
anyway.
lot of nope. That's what I think is in there. Bunch of fucking nope sandwiches that got left out and rotted.
There we go. I'm on a roll.
So on around one of the aisles, you find what looks like a large mound of just chaotic limbs and flesh. And then it throbs.
Oh,
Then it
that
was.
was not a good not a good description.
I didn't hear the descriptor. I'm sorry. What was it?
So
I
it's
missed
like
this.
a large moundish of like flesh and limbs that just throbs once, like a heartbeat almost.
Ugh.
Ew. It's pulsing.
Ew.
Touch it.
No, don't touch it.
So you guys out there will hear something about Tempest's balls, and then
Okay, at which point I will turn to Lolo. And, did he say Tempest's balls?
I'm gonna see, and I'll start heading downstairs.
Yeah, I'm like, I have to see this.
I'm upstairs. Did I hear all of that?
Roll a perception check.
How aware
I
are you?
don't think he really yelled, and he's in a stone chamber in the basement. So unless you
no, he swore a little bit loudly, enough to hear upstairs, but not.
yeah. Like
I was
Louis
going to
was
look
near the
for
door
money.
when he taunted you, so I imagine he's within proximity to have heard that.
Carol and Annie, we're going back down to the refrigerator. Apparently, there's a stack of Tempest's balls down there.
What those words mean, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
Garrett stops picking something out from underneath her nails and turns towards the building and then slowly starts walking that way because found God balls? She needs to know.
Is this just like an Italian delicacy? It's a sub thing? Like, what is this?
I don't know. I've heard about these things called Rocky Mountain oysters. Maybe they're just really big versions of that.
So every here and there, and it's consistent, but at a pace that is definitely slower than your own. The throbbing is very almost heartbeat like. that you see, but it's definitely much slower than your own.
So I'm no expert, but that doesn't look natural.
Can I do an Arcana check or
Yes.
what?
You
Okay.
absolutely can. Or religion, whatever floats your boat.
I want to religion it, and then I want to insight it immediately.
So have you gone down there also, Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay, just making
Well,
sure.
I'm getting ready to light it on fire, so let's figure out what it is real fast.
Okay. I
got
think friend.
I got a 23 on my Arcana check. Is that enough to know what the hell this
So
thing is?
between that and the research you did before coming to Hell, you are fairly certain that that is likely a lemur or lemurs.
Okay.
Or lemur. Depends how you want to say it.
It's a giant lemure. I mean, we could go ahead and burn it. It's a bunch of the souls of the damned congealed into a kind of body goo.
Is there a consciousness in there?
Several.
Huh.
All
Perfect.
in a massive amounts of pain.
But maybe
Well, I will raise my axe,
Ah,
and I will commence smiting.
no, I want to see if it's a friend first. I cast friend. Animal.
I'm gonna firebolt the shit out of this thing. As soon as...
Hold on, I have things.
Well, in order, we have first up Travis or Shane. If you guys want to roll a initiative check, see which one of you beats the other, that's fine. But you guys had the first stated actions.
Can I cast shield on it instead of me?
No, you can
should
cast
do a
Shield of
casting
Faith.
So you're trying to beat Travis on your casting of friends that you declared.
Oh, I don't actually have friends.
Then your declared action goes.
I know. I wanted friends before.
And Travis, you may roll the hit.
Okay, hold on. Wait, no.
Stop it.
I'm editing it. I'm not casting friends, but I want to connect my mind with some mind in there. Because I have.
Oh, okay, that sounds like a great idea. Go for it.
I want to tap in on that. So let me initiative check, see if I can before Travis cuts at it.
Sorry, I walked away. Are we rolling
Oh.
initiative or is something else happening?
It's just
No,
We're arguing over what to do with
declared
the.
actions went first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so I'm
So
in.
Shayna establishes a mental connection with something
Uh-huh.
very inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm not
you're
even.
getting the emotions. You get emotions with that too, right? Or is it just communication? What
I
do you get?
get surface emotions. Hold on, let me just. Boop.
Telepathic link. You can see to Lincolns. You can telepathically speak to the target through the link, and if it understands at least one language, it can speak telepathically to you. Lasts for 10 minutes and ends early if you are incapacitated. Blah blah blah. So nothing about emotions. Okay. So what are you saying to it?
Hi, friend. No, stop it! Stop it! Friend, don't give my
You
friend a
hear,
tan.
you hear, Shayna, about 13 voices, but they're unintelligible.
Can I just pick one?
You can try
Okay.
with an intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence checker. Oh yeah. Okay. And if you wanted to check this.
You're finding it just too uncomfortable. And they are about to scream when Travis roll your X, and then it'll be the firebolt.
Fine.
Okay, I'm link these real quick. I'm gonna do that. I've also got that, and then I'm rolling that.
So is that total damage right there for everything?
14. 7 slashing, silver, and 7 acid.
Okay, and then does that count your smite shenanigans?
That's with my smite, yes.
Okay. So, Shayna, your head explodes and scream. Well, not really explodes, but splitting headache explodes of screams and pain, like 13 entities screaming out as they cease to be between the heavy smite of Decimus and the following pursuant flames of Louis.
I also scream out in pain as loud as possible. If I had any kind of auditory spell, I would have cast it, but I don't. Damn it. It's so good.
The large fleshy mound is now charred and bloodied and no longer with the throbbing heartbeat.
I have thaumaturgy, which triggers with this, so it's 3 times as loud. So I'm screaming really, really, really loud in pain.
If I'm now pretty sure that it is psychically attacking my cousin, so I'm just gonna fireball the thing until it dies.
Yes, I am running in and I'm going to Eldritch blast it.
Ooh. Revelation
Sure.
of power from the half-orc.
Yeah.
I will shoot it with a bow.
Everyone is going to get an extremely stern lecture from me later about trying to make new friends.
Well, there are no more sounds and no more throbbies or any kind of motion from it whatsoever beyond the impacts and scorched flames and arrows jabbing into it and eldritch blasts thrusting it. You don't hear anything anymore, by the way, Shayna. The connection is just like gone.
Yeah. I have a question about a roll, though. What do I roll for extreme pouting? What is that?
That depends. Are you using your pouting as leverage to persuade, intimidate, or...
What's guilting? Is guilting a function? What do I have to do to guilt everyone?
That definitely sounds like persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a persuasion. But I'm gonna insight you because I don't even know if I'm aware that you're pouting.
Okay, yep. You're aware that I'm pouting, and I'm genuinely very sad.
Oh,
I'm
Daryl
exceptionally
apparently realizes, oh shit, we fucked up, and walks over. It's like, are you okay? Did we do bad? You seem to be in a lot of pain.
I was there when it got hit, what is the first thing that happened? It got smote. Okay, my glare is probably primarily a Decimus then, even though, because he hit it first.
Well,
So just
and keep in mind that the flames from Louis were hot on the tail, so you probably don't know which actually did the deed because you were in immediate pain.
Then I'm arms crossed and glaring, like pouting, looking up and back between the two of them.
It was a giant group of damned souls, Lolo.
That we could have done something with.
And what with?
We did. We smote it.
We won't know now, will we?
The only thing that I'm aware you can do with damned souls is turn, because I still have the coin, right? We haven't used the soul coin for it.
Yep.
So the only thing I know of is to turn them into one of these things, and I don't really feel like doing something that evil.
We didn't have to do that. We could make a friend. We could just leave him here.
Out of soul goop?
Yeah, I could have chatted with them. I could have chatted with them. I could have learned all sorts of cool stuff. I have a ritual for
I don't
that.
even know how many of there were. Like
13. Okay. I got like half of their names before you set them on fire.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we feel real bad about that.
There was Bob and Jill
If
and,
you want to insight check those names, Scott, you are more than welcome to.
and Lou and Lou Lowe and Bavari.
You're going to have to roll a deception check on the names there, Shayna.
She's just mixing.
But I'm going to give you advantage because of the push on the earlier one.
What am I doing?
Deception with advantage.
Oh.
Wow. All right. That litany of names catches you
now I feel
completely off guard,
really
Louis.
bad.
And Louis, you bought that she got 13 names, or she got those names that she's listing.
Yeah, I'm giving myself a point of exhaustion just for the guilt that I currently have on me.
Wait a second. Weren't those the people that died on our block during the murder cult invasion?
Murder
We
cult?
didn't save them, and now we've damned them again.
Oh, that'd be
This is
fun.
what happens when you're too hasty and I'm trying to make friends with someone's brain. God. I'm so thrilled at that roll. I
All
actually
right.
can't articulate it.
The only way that we can move forward from this is to not communicate with things that we're going to kill anyways.
Or not kill things that we're currently communicating with because that seems a little hasty.
Or maybe before we indiscriminately start attacking things or communicating with things, we should actually form some type of plan.
So Geralt, during all of this, has really wide eyes, and she like keeps going back to each of your faces while you are discussing this.
Yeah, I love that two of you are completely new to this reforming dynamic
Yeah,
and,
I love
and
it.
don't get the
So-
context of their references at all.
So she's confused. She's now worried.
Yeah. So we're agreed before we attack anything or talk to anything, we first discuss what we're going to do before we do it.
Okay, really quick. So Lola will nod and say yes, and immediately she's in Louis' head and goes, and then she starts walking upstairs. She goes,
Dustin was-
I'll do that.
Dustin just pats Louis on the back on the way back up and be like, "This is real character growth for you."
We're all growing as people. That will never get to grow. Ever.
The old Louis never would have thought to stop and make a plan. I don't know if I'm on board with that, but for her sake, let's go with it.
I have found that when I go off half-cocked, people die.
All right,
That has happened.
13 this time.
let's not dwell on that. Let's go.
This one was not like it. Louis thinks it is his fault, but this one was not Louis' fault.
Yeah, no. This was just a beautiful clusterfuck that worked out better than I ever could have dreamed. That whole mat. Whoever put that code in, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Preach.
I'm pretty sure Geralt looks over at Annie, still looking somewhat shell-shocked regarding this interaction.
The appropriate
And,
reaction.
Let's go. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna need some deep therapy after this one, and then I head back out of the refrigerator.
If she hears that, Lolo makes a snarky comment about meditation.
In my head again.
Yeah.
At which point you get back at you.
She's like, how many times I've offered to teach you.
All right, let's press on.
Yeah.
Family can be rough. Don't
What happened?
inhale your beverage. It's not fun to have it come out your nose.
What happened today? You said you were going on a walk with your cousin? Yeah, he murdered 13 of my new friends, but yeah, it's okay. You know, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
He said he'd do better next time.
He said he'd do better next time. I'm hoping that means less murder, not more, but we'll see.
No, it means more.
Honestly, the way we are.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm done. Now we can progress.
Chester?
We are back outside the butcher shop, which I have labeled on the map. Convenient.
Okay.
Butcher.
And then we'll continue west or south?
Both.
Okay. I'm looking at the two roads that both go one south by southwest, the other one west by southwest.
Which one has Chester plotted out the worst fate for us?
Eeny, meeny,
I don't know. But I'm scared.
Are you looking for anything specific there, Louis?
That would actually be a 14. I don't know why the other one didn't roll up there. But remember, I'm so guilty. I have disadvantage on all my ability checks right now.
Gotcha.
It's a hurricane hitting us inside.
So, but yeah, no, I was looking for more places to gather food
Okay.
and possibly find a lemure to become Lolo's pet.
I'm inconsolable, apparently.
You can't have a lemure house in Avernus, apparently.
I know. Well, I would just want. He could come
Well,
with us.
the interesting suspicion is, what if the lemure was the butcher and his family?
That's a big family, 13 people.
Not anymore.
He could have had
It's
a
also
pregnancy.
extremely nebulous what actually happens to a Lemurate. Like, usually just reforms in hell.
Yep. Louis may know that from his research.
He
But
with that 22 Arcana, he definitely does.
so are Lemurray different than other devils or demons? And if you kill them in their plane of existence, they just cease to exist? Or
No, so demons and devils, when you kill them in the plane of existence, go one tier lower. There is nothing lower than a Lemurray.
wow,
Correct.
okay.
The only thing that's lower than a Lemurray is turning one into a soul coin.
So right before where you slid that token, I'm going to slide you back a little bit. There is actually a barricade in the road right there.
Oh, okay.
You don't see anyone manning said barricade, but there is in fact a barricade there.
Want me to look, or should we divert?
I'm just gonna poke it experimentally. Poke.
It's just like a wooden wall. Like it looks like basically the equivalent of people took pallets and like stacked them and mounted sharper poked ones in the opposite direction from which you're coming.
Okay. Opposite to okay, so
Like so there's like the equivalent of spears, but they're just sharper shards of wood pointed away from you, like they would be accepting a charge coming at you.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm
you're
climbing
on the
up, right?
defensible side of this barricade.
yeah, we're on the business end. No?
Yeah.
No, the business end would be the other side. You're on the defensible side.
Okay, so we're on the defensive side.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm climbing over the barricade and getting on the other side. That's what the athletics roll was.
Okay. You make it over easily.
Anyone need a lift?
Probably.
What does it keep doing that?
Lolo,
That's my,
please. Up us.
that's
I'll,
my athletics.
Lolo a lift over the barricade.
Thank you. She's enjoying the view.
Yeah,
So-
apparently Geralt just like vaults over, no issue.
Like a badass.
Nice.
Don't know how John's getting over.
Yeah, how's Annie getting over?
How's Annie getting over?
Oh, whoa. Got a staff?
Acrobatics is going to do carnival tricks.
Yes.
Maybe.
As long as he yells parkour, he gets advantage.
Are you there, John?
He's
You're
muted
muted.
himself.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, Mary had come in and she was talking.
No worries.
Can I get Mary? If you're gonna play. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I was trying to offer to go up and give people a rope, but nobody needs it, so I'll just walk it.
Okay. So on the other side of the barricade, you don't see any reason for that barricade necessarily to exist, but it clearly was erected for a reason.
I would like to keep an eye out for things that look like one would use a barricade against them.
Silly Eltararians.
Well, I mean, they might have
go.
built this barricade thinking that the danger was coming from here, but the danger was coming from everywhere. I mean,
To be fair, we are in hell and we're walking towards this cemetery. Are we sure the cemetery isn't going to have undeadified creatures there?
I actually
Anna.
might prefer undead creatures to dealing
So-
with.
For the locals, and you may or may not recall bits and pieces you learned about El Trail, but they a long time ago did have an undead problem in the city and discovered that their overlord at the time was in fact a vampire. And part of the campaign to getting rid of said vampiric overlord and the undead infestation was the golden orb that glue over the stage 24/7 was
Oh, right.
eviction.
The sunlight.
And while the light of the Guardian, which is what they called it, shone over El Tirel, no undead could enter its borders. That is now black. So prior to this, undead would have been unthinkable in El Turel for like nigh on 30 or 40 years minimum. I don't remember the exact dates off the top of my head. I'm sorry, bear with me. But
It's okay.
How dare.
you know that there was no, like, undead physically could not get into El Turel while the Guardian shone in the sky.
So it's entirely possible that they put up this barricade thinking that all of their dead were going to raise, or something else. Or
We've encountered other barriers in the city. They're likely not relevant to the moment, so let's just keep going.
Okay. Do we want to take the northern route or the southern route?
Let's go south from here.
Donk. Donk, donk, donk. Continuing on. Donk. Okay, we could go further west or south.
It's hard to tell until we get close. Let's just go south.
Yeah, let's go south and then a little west.
Okay.
I like that twang.
Donk.
I feel like the buildings are getting really close together.
You guys actually are in another small business area, and we have a stable over that building there. Now that you're on the side of it, you can see that building was definitely a stable at one point.
Any horse meat?
Any giant chickens?
Any horses?
Right.
Yeah.
Giant chickens.
Do we see any animal of any kind in the stables?
You know what?
Or
We'll say, roll me a 1d100. Odds was goats. So yes, you found some goats.
Excellent.
Okay.
They don't look particularly well fed at the moment.
Okay. Are male goats or female goats?
Would you like to get close enough to check?
Yeah.
let's not get them riled up.
Roll an animal handling check.
Are these goats restrained in some way where they can't go out and do their?
They're just in a pen, so there's
Alright,
there's
Geralt's just gonna walk up and open the pen.
Let's come back for those.
I just
Louis is
lost
fairly confident
everybody.
that there is one female and two males.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, Geralt is just opening up the pen because they need to find food, and goats are actually much better at finding food on their own.
Okay.
Well, let's just come
You
back
open
and
the
retrieve
pen,
them.
but they don't really go anywhere.
They
They're
don't
just
need
kind of
to.
hanging
The
out.
door will be open. They can go find
Yep.
food on their own.
I'm just letting you know that was the result of your action.
Girl's good with that. Gates open.
Why don't we leave them in here? That way we can come back and retrieve them for the refugees.
Because they already aren't eating, and unless you have some way to communicate to the refugees to come pick these goats up.
I mean, on the way back, we kill them and take their bodies back for meat.
I was planning on just seeing if any of us knew how to milk a goat.
Or we let the refugees worry about that.
No.
Yeah, that's sort of like leave the
I'm gonna try.
Louis, you absolutely know how to milk that female goat.
Okay.
As does Lolo.
It's a family thing. We had our great aunt had a farm we went to on the summers. That's all it is.
City goats.
It's
Yeah,
got
city goats.
nipples, fucker. You can milk anything with nipples.
I don't like that. You saying that? I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Time out, Shayna. That is actually a
I'm quoting a movie.
That is a
Is
movie
it?
quote.
I was just personally, and, like the sentence structure, the way
It was bad. That movie was a shitstorm. He was referring to milking a cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
To support a lie.
I'm sure the
To his
context.
prospective father-in-law. Ah,
What
I-
movie?
I can't remember what it's
Meet
called.
the Fuckers.
yeah.
No, that was the sequel to it. It's
Yeah,
Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a Ben Stiller movie.
Anyways, so yeah,
Anyway.
I was more of the opinion that maybe we should like. So the male goats could be a food source. The female goats would be better for milking, for long-term strategy wise.
All right, so Geralt doesn't know this, but unless the female goat has recently had a kid, and that is actually the correct term, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's within the time frame that kid is still drinking the mother's milk. The goat is not going to be producing enough milk to provide anything.
Okay, as we have this discussion over animal husbandry, I turn to Lolo and ask, do you have any way of like sending a message to the refugees to tell them that there's 3 goats over here?
Give me a sec. I don't think so, but not unless we have something that we can send back that I just put a message in its brain. No.
We can just get them on the way back, can't we?
Wait, do I have sending? Hold up. Yeah, I mean I got that, but that's not helpful.
That's not going to work. I would need, yeah.
We can send the goat.
Yes,
Send it back.
try to convince the goat and tell the goat.
All right. Well, let's pen them up here to figure it out later, and let's see if there's any food in these shops.
They're not like food shops. They are like livestock, like gear shops. You know, tack, horseshoeing, and stuff to that.
Just
Saddle
we'll make a
ring.
note. We'll make a note of it. We'll pick them up on the way back. Let's go to the graveyard.
Closes the gate on the goats and starts walking off.
Sorry, we shouldn't be that long, and if we are that long, we're dead.
One of these shops
Which is
probably
why
has.
we need to let the goats out.
I promise.
One of these shops probably has a bag of oats or something. If you're that concerned.
Yeah.
I am. Look how hungry they look. I mean, look at their ribs. And she actually like pokes one of the male goats in the ribs.
Who did you say? Who did you say you're a paladin of?
I am a paladin that is sworn to protect the.
I thought you were a paladin of the ghost cult.
Well, not yet.
Mhm.
Not
Give it
yet.
time.
As it is
Soon.
right now, my oaths are redemption, redeeming
Okay.
people. But as an actual job, my job was to protect the ruling members of my nation, which was actually my sister, and I have failed utterly.
Okay, let's go ransack the horse and tack shop. See if we can't find any like oats or grass or something to feed these goats, and then we'll continue on.
All right, please.
I
you
was
want-
referring to your patron. Who's your patron?
I don't have. Well, if you're talking about who I have, I am going to need a brief out of character time out with Chester for just a moment. Because
I actually have to log off because I need
Yeah,
to.
it's like it's getting close to the time, so we can call it there and have that conversation or whatever you want, and pick it up again in 2
It is
weeks.
actually a conversation that I need to have though, because my chemo brain. There's some things that happen in Suabos that aren't true in the normal Ariel setting. And in regards to my actual patron, that is a conversation I need to have because I
Okay.
probably am a little bit confused about it.
No worries. We've got 2 weeks. We can do it now. We can talk at some point later too. It's up to you.
I also have to go though. I have to turn in a homework assignment.
That's fine. We're done for the night. Good luck with your homework. Thanks
Okay.
for coming.
I'll see you guys later.
Yep.
It's actually a really good time to stop because we are getting close to the cemetery anyway.
Yep. All right. Stopping the stream.
See you